Hi everyone, and welcome to a few sample images taken with a Sigma 70-200 DG HSM f2.8 lens. These, the Canon EF 70-200 f2.8L IS version 2. This is the Canon's flagship f2.8 70-200 lens. And I'm just going to show you a few comparison images taken with the Sigma. The Sigma has now been sold, so basically this is all you're going to see. Some sample images that I took before I got rid of it. You won't see anything else on it, but I just thought I'd show you in case you're looking for an f2.8 telephoto lens, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the results. These images are all raw files straight out of the camera. I will give you a little spoiler. The Canon is sharper, which is to be expected, but it's not night and day. It's just a little bit sharper and a little bit better. The Sigma is still, for the price, a well capable lens. So without further ado, we'll crack on and take a look. So the red ones here, there is red and green. I've labelled them up. Red is the Sigma and green are, that's the Canon. So first things first, if we look at, this is shot at, by the way, the shooting information is in the top left. Most of them are shot at f2.8. These are a couple of f4s as well. And this is 200mm. And if we zoom in and pixel peep, we can see that it's a touch soft. I mean, it's focused, but it's not great. It's not tack. But to be fair, some of it could have been down to the shutter speed. These was on a tripod with image stabilization turned off. And if you look, the shutter speed's pretty darn slow, because you'll see when we get to the tiles in a minute, it looks a little bit sharper at 2.8 at 200mm. But that's a negative to the Sigma. It is a touch soft at 2.8 at 200mm. But everywhere else, it's razor sharp. And to be fair, if I go full screen and we're not pixel peeping, there's not really wrong with that image either. So we'll just go through a couple more and we'll zoom in now. And you can see at 100mm, it really is a lot sharper at 2.8. And then 70mm at f2.8, it's sharp again. I mean, look at the difference on that. I mean, if we just compare that to the 200mm, hang on. There you go. Like if you read that UD there and then you read it here, you can see on the 70mm, it's a lot sharper. So what we'll do is, for comparison now, we're going to just zoom back out. We're going to go to 70mm at 2.8. Can you see also at 2.8, if I go to f4, can you see the vignetting that we're getting at 2.8? But it's given a sec, it's not that bad at all. I can even see shadow on me. Window, look, watch. That's weird. I'm not there now. Oh, it'll be the depth of field, won't it, at f2.8. And at f4, you can see me there. Look, oh, I'm there. I'm not there. And I'm there. Right, anyway. So that's 70mm at, let's get the 2.8. In fact, we'll just, that's f2.8 and then we'll go to f4. 2.8, f4. 2.8. F4's a touch sharper, like, but it ain't a great deal sharper. Anyway, let's compare that with the Canon now. Right, so there you go, at final long last. We've got the Canon on the left-hand side, f2.8 at 70mm, and we've got the Sigma on the right at f2.8. Now you'll see the Canon looks slightly closer. I don't know if that's the internals or maybe the lens was slightly taller, but I was on a tripod and I never moved the tripod. All I did was swap the lens. By the way, there was shot on a Canon EOS 6D. Center focus point focused around this 0. So let's just zoom in now, and I mean, you can see there the Canon vs the Sigma, that the Canon is sharper on the left hand side. Even YouTube should show that it's sharper. Don't get me wrong, the Sigma's pretty good, but the Canon is definitely sharper. Let's go back to the develop. So now we'll just go to the tiles. This is a really good test to do. This is the Canon f2.8, and we focused dead center of these two tiles here. And you'll see that the Canon is, by the way, these are tripoded as well. You'll see even going over to the corners is pretty sharp. It does soften off about on there. The last tile is a touch soft, but it really is still sharp. I'll just show you the lens correction there so we can get that out of the way. That's not really an issue. 102mm at f2.8 on the Canon. You can see that that's razor sharp. Apart from the edges, it's softening up now about 3/4 of the way along the frame. But that's to be expected because you'll also have a shallower depth of field the more you zoom in. Then you've got 135mm f2.8, razor sharp again. And then you've got your 200mm. Now that's a touch softer. It seems to have focused round here, but to be fair, that could be down to shutter speed because it was moving a little bit. And then we've got an f4. I mean, you can see the f2.8 at 200mm and f4. f4's razor sharp. Now, I will tell you that it must have moved because you're going to see some images in a minute at 200mm at f2.8 what are razor sharp. And then we've got f4, razor sharp, razor sharp, razor sharp all the way. So, yeah, the Canon's awesome. I will be doing a full review on that shortly. And these 70mm at f4, watch how sharp this is. I mean, it's razor sharp to the edge. Razor sharp. Ignore the tap, by the way, is not near the wall, so obviously that's a depth of field issue. It's not that it's soft. But look at the tiles, look at the detail all the way over into the corners. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful performance. I'll just fly through a couple of these now. These are raw files straight out of the camera, I did say. Focused on the optical stabilizer, 70mm at 2.8. So here's a 200mm at 2.8, and you can see it's absolutely tack sharp, but it is a touch softer at 200mm though, but it is only a touch. And then we've got another one. Back to the Canon again. Let's get off the Canon now. Let's go do a comparison. So we've got 200mm at f2.8. This is a Sigma. I mean, if you look at that, that's not far off. I mean, it's a bit softer than the Canon, but it's not too bad. I mean, even in corners, it is a touch softer though. Then we got 137mm. Watch this now. This will be really sharp from the Sigma. Still not as sharp as the Canon, but well sharp, even on edges. For the price difference, the performance of the Canon is not worth the price difference. 97mm, really sharp into the corners. And then 70mm, absolutely zinging sharp. A touch softer in the corners, it probably softening off round about the same place, about here, 3/4 of the way along. And then we've got f4. As soon as you get to f4, look at it, it's razor, especially in the middle. And then f4 at 97mm, razor sharp. f4 at 137, razor sharp, even corners. Zooming in, see 200, a touch. It's not soft, but it's not as sharp. It's not razor sharp, but it's well sharp. Even corners aren't bad. That's focused on this 200 here, showing you the Sigma. Look at that, you see, that's 200mm at f2.8. I mean, look how sharp that is. Look at I focused on this 2 here, and you can see, look how sharp it is. By the way, the ISO's right up on the camera here, so it's probably not the best time to do a review with your ISO up like that, but I was selling the lens and I didn't have long to take a couple of shots so that I could show you guys in case you're in market for a 200mm. But there you go. I mean, there's no need to see anymore. I mean, obviously this is a Sigma shooting at 119mm focused. I mean, look at the detail on these buttons. I focused, if I remember correctly, on this button here. Nailed focus. That's f2.8 at 119mm. f2.8 at 200mm. See, look at that. I mean, it is a touch softer than that one, but there's no wrong with it. I mean, if I go and add a little bit, we'll add lens correction. If we add a little bit of lens correction and we go pump a bit of sharpness up there, and then just hold the Alt key and just limit it to the edges, and then we'll just go, you won't see this on YouTube probably, but as soon as I go like that with that bit of sharpness on it, it's now as sharp as Canon. And for the money, it's absolutely outstanding. Focused 70mm f2.8 from the Sigma. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is more of showing you how good the Sigma is for the money, really. I mean, look at that. Out of the camera, f2.8, razor sharp. And then obviously finishing off on the Canon. Canon again. These are handheld, these, by the way. All these shots are handheld. I mean, if you look at some of the shutter speeds, 80th of a second, all handheld. Handheld. Focused on the, see, look at the shallow depth of field there. This is soft. It's softening up here. I can't exactly remember where I focused. I think it was about here somewhere, but finishing off on the Canon. Then we focused on the Mayfair on the clock, and absolutely brilliant. So basically, what's the outcome? What do I recommend? Basically, the Canon is a better lens, which is obviously to be expected. The build quality is better. It's weather sealed. It's Canon. It's an L series lens. It's absolutely stonking. Is it sharper? Yes. But the Sigma, for £800, depending on what you're paying for the Canon, but you're going to pay second-hand £1,000 for it if it's mint. Or you can get a new Sigma for £800. But if you're going to buy a second-hand Sigma, you can get a second-hand Sigma for £450, and that's like brand new condition. I got 425 for mine. I had it up at 5, didn't get it. I had it up at 4.5, didn't get it. And it only took a few shots. That were probably more shots it took in this review here. So the guy who bought that lens has got an absolute stonking deal, because it's a fantastic lens for the money. Is it as good? No. But is it far behind? Definitely not. It's absolutely usable at all focal lengths, even at 2.8. The image stabilisation works great. Yes, at f4 it sharpens up a bit, but so does the Canon. I mean, the Canon's good at f2.8 as well, but it does sharpen up when you get to 4. It's just slightly better at f2.8, which you would expect from a pro-grade lens. But I honestly, depending on your money situation and your financial situation, I would put you against the Sigma. And if you're going to buy it second-hand or whatever, you could save the £1,000 that you save on the Canon lens and buy a Canon 6D or an Nikon D750 or a D610 or whatever, buy a full-frame camera. But if you're getting paid and doing paid work and you need something that's going to last you a long time, then maybe pay the bit extra and get the Canon, because as you've just saw, it is slightly better. I know YouTube will degrade the video, that's why I always talk through it, so if you can't particularly see the difference, you know that I'm telling you what the difference was and what I could see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and I'll be doing a video a bit later on. In fact, it's done. I just need to publish it on the Canon 16-35 L f2.8 version 2 lens, and that's an absolutely outstanding lens also.